I'm good.
1, 2, 3. Should be good. We're good.
Okay. All right. Hello everybody. Welcome to Untitled, Unfocused. That is Rayman. I am Tyler.
Yeah, it's me. What's up?
And yeah, we're back at it. More anime this week. Episode 5 of everything.
When is there not going to be anime in a week? That's the big question.
That's gonna be very tricky. We're gonna come in. It's gonna become something completely different. I'll talk about like knitting or something, you know.
Yo, that could actually be kind of funny.
Did you there was a thing I remember in elementary school. I think there was like a knitting club or something like that. I know there's like different
You had
types,
clubs
right?
in elementary school? That's a real question.
No. Well, actually, yes.
I don't think I remember any clubs in elementary school. I think it was like you chose to do like a band or orchestra,
Sure.
and that was like essentially. I guess there was sports, the little league, but that wasn't through school though, right? It was like community.
Right, yeah. In elementary school, you didn't have team sports. At least we didn't.
Yeah, you had little league, where the gyms would be like, hey, you can sign up for little league, but it's not going to be like really through us. It's more like
Yeah, it's like the city or something, right? Or like
yeah,
town or whatever.
yeah. It's like
Yeah.
they would say in gym, you can sign up for little league if you want, and I'd be like, no, I'm good. I can't do the pacer test, so what would I?
The pacer test, dude. What was that? Was that just like gauging our health? You know, making
Yeah,
sure that
dude.
like the gym class was doing what it was supposed to do?
Young Raymond could smoke old Raymond in a pacer test.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, probably me too. I feel
I
like
think I
when...
hit. I was at peak physical fitness around like 10th grade, which is weird.
Well, I mean, I feel like when you're younger, you do a lot more like physical activity, like running around outside and stuff. Yeah? No?
Yeah, no, I hated it.
I mean, the actual pace is sure. I mean, you're just running back and forth, right?
No, I just hated like going outside. Like I don't know, man. Maybe I was built different. Like, never rode my bike anywhere. Hated. I used my scooter a bit.
Mm-hmm.
They would just be like in my front of my house. Couldn't really scoot anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't really go to parks often.
Yeah, I didn't really go to the park either, but I mean, I feel like for a long time, my house always had like a little backyard. Just like, just be in there, you know, running around.
I would throw the basketball in my backyard because we had a hoop on the garage,
Mm-hmm.
and I'd be really bad at it.
Mm-hmm. I always felt like that was like a bad design. Because it's like, if you miss, you're just going to be hitting
The
like
garage.
the garage. Like, I don't know who thought of that. Not a good idea.
And like on my street, I think I was like too old for like the kids around us because they would all be younger than us. So then by the time we were like in high school, they would be playing basketball in the streets. I'd be like, there'd be like 7 of them, and I'd be like, just you know,
Right, yeah. Yeah, that's
just too
tough.
old for the neighborhood. Then my only concern now is that they drop the ball and hits the car in the driveway, and I'm like, okay, well now that's a
Okay,
please
now we're done.
please don't. That's it. You know that's I don't think the childhood really had anything else.
Nice.
What a weird start to the episode.
You know, it is. So yeah. First thing, we got Place Further Than the Universe, episode 5. I thought this one was cool. I thought it ended in a crazy way where it's like you get that like foreshadowing in previous episodes, which I always thought was weird when we would see we see Megumi just like you just see her for like a split second and she just has like a weird energy, I feel like. And so that all kind of makes sense with this episode where she comes out and you realize that she was the one who felt jealous, and we always thought that she was Mari's rock, but you realize it's the opposite. It's like Megumi actually needs her. I don't know. I didn't see that coming. I didn't see her coming and being like, I was mean to you this whole time. I was trying to bring you down, you know?
I mean, like, it was nice how they did it. She felt bad, so she confessed. She's like, it was me. I feel bad.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you shouldn't be friends with me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But then it's because she says that she's like, yeah, that's why we can be friends.
Mm-hmm.
Because you feel bad doing all that. And you told the truth to me. Kinda.
I feel like it works more in a story. Because I feel like
it
in
works
real
in
life.
the story. In real life, you're just like,
yeah, no.
You, get away from me.
You know? I don't know. I mean, I feel like they could have, again, like this would have been prevented if they just had like a conversation.
That's 90% of it. Just talk.
Yeah, just talk it out. Right?
Obviously, it's easier to say that than do it, but I mean, hey, just talk.
Also, like, I like Mari's, like, solution for her to be like, just come to Antarctica with me. It's like, well, no. She hasn't gone through any of the training. Like, she knows nothing. How is that even going to be possible? Can't you come on?
It was a nice episode. I enjoyed it. It's literally just... That was the real episode. I mean, it was just that the ending was the crux of it.
Yeah. I don't think there was too much in the rest of the episode. Yeah.
Also, like, for this week, I will say, like, the episodes this week have been straight bangers.
This week?
This week's a good banger week, I think.
I thought it was good. Yeah.
I think it's better than last week. Last week was a lot of build-up episodes.
Sure. Okay. You think this episode, this, like, Further Universe, you thought this was better than last week's?
Now, hold up. This one, I'd say it's about on par, actually. It has more of an emotional, like, lift-off.
Sure. Yeah, no, I agree with that. And they were able to succeed in doing that with, like, not one of the main characters. Because, like, you know, she's, like, definitely more of a supporting, right? Like, we got our crew, right?
I think episode 3 really is, like, the strongest episode. But that's because I just like the idea of them, like, harassing the one girl into joining and the entire dream sequence.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, when they, like, fell out the window.
Yeah, I just like all that. That just felt real good. I don't know. So I think episode 3 right now is my favorite for Further in the Universe. But to say I have a favorite in a show that's only dropped bangers, I mean, what's up with that?
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
Tyler
and we saw
selling his microphone.
We saw more of the like foreshadowing too, not only in previous episodes but also in this one when they were playing the game, and we saw her like look over to the plug, and then she.
Oh yeah, she tripped over it on purpose.
Yeah, and I looked at that. I was like, did she do that on purpose? Like, why? I don't understand. And then even that whole conversation was so weird, where it was like she was talking. I don't know. They're just asking questions about the Antarctica stuff, and then she just kept.
Really.
I don't know. Like, she kept trying to have like a negative light on everything, and Mari just wasn't having it.
Just societally, you know. Just talking.
What's going on?
Can't hear
right
Tyler.
now?
This is all audio. It's crazy. He's talking to me. He probably can't connect.
Watching,
you know,
obviously I'm
me,
recording
it's
my
just
screen.
kind of weird. It's a
Rayman
weird disconnect we got going on.
I don't hear him.
So
I don't know if he hears me
this
or
is just
sees
the
me
sound
right
of my
now,
voice,
but
waiting for me to
this is the
reconnect.
first time this happened. On
this is a fun one for a
new
new
wave
audience
of the
because they can
podcast. This happened
understand what it's
before.
like to not have this.
I don't really know.
And I can
right
just
now.
talk. So, what's happening here? Well, it's pretty simple. I think my internet went out temporarily. And this will all be in the recording. So, I mean, I'm going through it.
And he left. Yeah, so something probably happened. He got out of here.
Like we're really going. It's like
Um,
pushing boundaries.
so he's gonna rejoin, I imagine.
Not connecting to Discord. I got cut out. Tyler was saying something kind of
Or he just
interesting there.
left, or he got like
You know, it's
raided.
fine. It's okay. By
his
the time I
home got
reconnect, this
raided or
will all
something.
be in the recording.
And now he's gone.
And it's just going to turn everyone away from this. There's no editing
I
in
don't
this
really have
process.
anything
It's
else.
just raw audio. We're just
like
getting
we're
it.
saying,
It's
that was
perfect,
pretty much
honestly.
the episode.
I need this to be in the recording
for the
now
most
because
part,
it
was
just
them
looks
kind of
awful
getting
if it
ready
isn't.
for stuff.
The fact that Tyler's like
her saying
panicking
goodbye to her
about
family.
what's happening, and we can
sweet.
probably maybe hear him trying to fill in some of this. Our voices are going to
I think pretty
overlap
much
right
like
now.
the end was like the big
The weird
climax, right?
disconnect or connection that we have
Where
going.
we had like,
Just
don't
kind of
be my friend
funky.
anymore. And her having that great
Like,
line
I mean,
at
I'm
the end being
connected
like,
now. Like, the internet's back for me.
what was it?
I'm waiting
Breakup
for Discord.
rejected or something.
Discord takes its time getting
I thought
ready,
that was really good. Wonder if he's going to.
I gotta like close it out quick and then I'll open it back up. It's kind of annoying. Here, let's quit Discord instead and open it back up. That probably be easier.
Me on here?
Be more efficient.
Nope.
They should connect me now in a moment. Just really quick about it.
Yeah, he's just he just left.
Connect automatically.
Guys, I don't know what to do.
Should be good.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here's the boy. Here we go. We're coming in. We're doing this.
There we go.
Here he is. Oh my god.
I was recording my audio the entire time. I just want to let you know that. Like,
that's good. That's good.
All right.
I never stopped.
Good. Okay, so there's gonna be two people talking and they can't hear each other.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
I need that to stay in that episode. Now I have to go watch this one.
Yeah, no, it'll go in.
Okay. Okay. Good.
Yeah. I just kind of finished talking about I mean, there wasn't a lot left. That's mostly what I was talking about. Is that was pretty much it in the episode. It was so good though. The whole climax of the friend thing, and then one thing I did mention that I want to mention again is when like kind of the end of that, Mari like leaned in and said, "Breakup rejected."
Yeah.
I actually really like that line of her being like, "No, I refuse. We are going to be friends." And kind of like you were saying, where it's like this whole spectacle is like showing that you care, because if you didn't care, you would have just kept like throwing garbage around, but you came here and you renounced everything you said, and we're both crying and everything. So it's like, this can work, so I thought that was cool. And I think that's pretty much it, right? And then it ends with us being like, all right, they're gonna go on the plane now, gonna get to Australia, and I imagine it's gonna be next episode is hopefully them actually getting on the ship. I would imagine. Yeah.
Next episode is gonna be the big leave.
Yeah, we're here. Have you ever been on a ship?
I've been on a couple ships, yeah.
Yeah, for like cruises, something like that.
Yeah, I've been on a couple cruises, and I've been on like some catamarans.
What's that?
Of those. It's the boat that has like the two like on the thing, and it's kind of connected and like little. So it's like a lift, and then these two parts are the ones that actually like keep it afloat in the water. It's like two little boat things here.
Okay.
Like canoe shape. Think of that like that.
Sure.
And it's like a bridge underneath, and that's like how the boat is designed.
Oh, I see. Okay, so it's like an upside down U.
It's like two of these, right? Two like U's it, because like like the standard boat is like this, right?
Sure, yeah.
So like it's got two of them,
right?
And these kind of sit in the water.
Yeah.
And they're connected across.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So that's like this is the design of the boat, really.
Yeah.
Small, yeah.
Gotcha. I don't think I've ever been on a ship. I've been on like little rowboat things in like a lake. Yeah, never been on a ship.
I'll say like being on those and knowing that you can't swim is I don't know if it's good for you.
Listen, if we go down, we're going down. There's no hope for me.
That's been my attitude the entire time. I'm like, if we die, we die. At this point, like, the same in a plane. I mean, like, if we die, we die. I don't know what I can do about it.
That's gonna be the name of the episode. If we die, we die.
What is it? Okay, so like, this is gonna date the episode a bit. I know you know Jujutsu Kaisen. I don't know if you know the meme that's been going on now, where everyone's been editing people saying domain expansion into like different
No.
manga or anime.
No. Was that like a current reference?
This is a more recent upcoming meme that's been coming in like the past week or whatever.
Okay.
So like when she goes to hug her from behind and she just whispers domain expansion, that just goes wild.
That's good. That's good.
It's like, it's a breakup rejected. It's just hug domain expansion. She's dead now. There's no coming back.
That's not good.
That's the vibe I got going there. So Mari, really, I need to edit. Either I'm gonna make the edit or someone has already made the edit of Mari hugging Megumi from behind after the breakup and just saying domain
guys,
expansion.
This is ridiculous.
I think that goes hard.
I think Rayman is gone again. And here's the thing.
That's worth so much likes on Twitter.
Here's the thing. He might be doing it on purpose. He might be.
I don't even know. If
connection
if you're
failed,
frozen or if
trying
it's
to
just
get
my
out of the
internet.
podcast. That's what he's trying to do.
Really like
he's trying to weasel his way out.
A duality of man sort of thing
it.
I'm really working with right now. We're just cutting in and out.
He's been trying this episode 1. You know, if you go back episode 1 all the way to now, even before this, I'm talking like first episode, because obviously we're doing like
it's just a vibe, really.
A new revival.
I mean, I can pull the meme
right?
and show you guys if you want. But like, it's just
a few
another
episodes
thing,
now at this point.
We cut out again.
So
it's fine. It's classic. It's traditional. Some say this is the aspect of what this really brings to the table.
This is his way to get out of it. You just drop in. Listen. He's going to disconnect, and then he's going to come back, and he's going to say, oh my god, it happened again, this is crazy. But if you look closely, there's going to be a twinkle in his eye.
Well,
and
this is actually what the episode's going to be. The episode today is going to be
it's the same
classic
thing as
internet issues.
Right? Same thing as Megumi. We talked about it. You saw how she
that's what today's episode
to plug the video game console.
It's going to be
and like 10 seconds later,
literally
she tripped
me cutting in and out
over the plug, unplugged the whole thing. Right? Same thing he's doing. He's trying to unplug the podcast, and I don't really appreciate it. You know, I think this is gonna cause a rift between us. It's gonna get hostile.
I have a guess why. I can guess possibly why.
Watch, he's not gonna come back in the next like 30 seconds.
Sneaking suspicion as to what's cutting in and out.
I wonder if we're gonna finish this episode. Or I wonder if he's gonna be like, internet issues, can't do it.
Like a real sneaking one.
If that happens, I think I still might put this up.
But it's just a vibe.
Like a little
of the
bonus episode just to be like,
internet loss, packet loss.
It didn't
all
happen.
an illusion of the mind.
But also as evidence,
you don't lose yourself along the way.
because we'll be on the internet forever.
Isn't that kind of deep?
And we'll be able to see, in hindsight, when this podcast just blows
kind
up.
Of a big meaning,
not in terms of getting big, but in terms of an explosion,
research and
goes away. Because when things explode, they get destroyed. We'll be able to look at this episode and see
in this case,
the inception of
my internet issues.
Just the beginning of the end, right? What I didn't know is that last time he kept talking, so he's probably been talking this whole time. And
we're trying.
I'm not editing this in a way to make sense. It's all just going to overlap. He's probably still talking right now, honestly. It's not my fault.
It's a big try.
My internet's great. Everything's connected. Computer's going strong.
Okay. Should be.
It's definitely on his end. Before this episode, he showed me that his headphones, because he's wearing wired headphones,
will be good.
They're all like frayed and stuff. Like the wires exposed. And if that doesn't just tell you what kind of tech that he's working with. What? Oh, he's back. Okay.
Okay.
Hey, how's it going?
How's it going? Yeah. Long time no see.
So when you listen back to this episode, Ray, you can listen to the first disconnect. Don't listen to the second one.
Okay. When the second one happens, I'll just pause the video. There should be a timestamp or something. Or I'll just look through the video and see when my face pops back on screen.
Yeah, you listen. Don't listen to the second one. Just don't do it.
Okay. All right, okay.
Is that on your end, or Do you not even see?
I want to say it's on my end.
Guys, it just happened again. It just
He
happened
says
again.
is
This
I
is
think
crazy.
I cut out. I'm pretty sure it cut out again. In a very standard fashion.
I'm telling
I
you,
want
he's
to say
trying to
it's my
sabotage
end.
the podcast, and I don't. And honestly,
Because there ain't no way
I feel like
it's
before
both
this
of
was
our
all
ends. I
goofs and
got like
gaffes.
a red bar
Not
video
appreciate it.
connected.
Not
It's
appreciate
gotta
it.
be my end, right? Yeah, no way.
I will end this
It's my
friendship.
end. That's the answer.
I don't understand.
Hey, what's the deal?
He's trying to sabotage everything.
Can't enjoy recording in a very smooth fashion. Just gotta.
And he knows it too. I wonder. You think he's blaming me right now?
The turbo. The turbo team's
Because
kind
like
of
on his end,
turbo.
I don't know what he sees on
I
his
know
end. He
what's
might see the
causing
same
the
thing
issue.
I'm
I
seeing,
think
but
it's
obviously
very
for me,
clear
for him,
in my mind
on
what's
his
causing
end. Do you
this
think he's
issue.
blaming
Can
me?
I fix it? No, I have no way of fixing this issue. I can't even connect right now.
He's the one with the messed up
I have
headphones.
a heart
It's
and a
probably his
dream
headphones. You know, again,
to possibly
you may
connect.
ask, how can headphones
And the
cause
packet
connection
loss,
issues?
understandable.
And I would say, listen,
The
I'm not a
internet.
scientist. I don't know how these things
I'm
work.
just saying words
I
at
just
this
know that they
point.
work
Well,
or they
let's
don't work.
continue
And
saying
clearly,
words.
for him, it's not
Maybe
working.
it's better to say
For
words
me,
than
it's
not
great.
to say
Listen,
words. Because
listen,
I know
no wire.
it's going to cut out and cut back
no
in.
wire. We're good. Everything's good. And that's definitely the issue. Because listen, he's never shown me that before. So I don't know if this was always an issue for him.
Oh.
Or
How we doing here?
if like recently his headphones got
Good
like
folks doing
Either way,
lively.
that. That is the new
Oh, yeah.
development for this week.
We got a
So
basin
that's
and a
new. Connection issues are new. That's gotta be the reason. This is now the third time this has happened.
Okay, I'm gonna start it up again. If
definitely not
it
getting to
takes
this
the L, it
episode.
takes the L, and we
I can
live
tell you
with
that
it.
much.
It took the L.
We've been recording for 20 minutes. Episode right now is probably slightly less than that. It's probably what's going to end up being. It's probably
This
what's
is
going to
my
happen,
life
honestly,
now.
is that... Let me move this down a little bit. I feel like I'm weirdly, like, not...
I'm letting the internet
good frame
die and
right now.
reconnect.
That's better, I guess. Definitely not making it to the episode. It's definitely not going to happen. Because of his sabotage, obviously. He doesn't want this to happen. Yeah. I don't have a lot more to say. Let's see what else. Yeah, it's all him. Him also not going outside. That was weird, right? And being like, oh, I don't really go outside as a kid. Isn't that what kids do? Go outside? Come on. What do you mean? Crazy. Yeah. He probably shouldn't listen to this part either, because I feel like I'm like dragging him a lot right now. He shouldn't listen to this one either. But I mean, it is all his fault. You know, like I said, all my stuff's working great. It's rocking and rolling. I don't know what he has. I don't know if he has like an i3. He's got like 2 gigs of RAM. You know.
Oh, I'm just like,
got, like,
it was a nice long bit of
Wi-Fi
silence.
1.
I'm just like looking here, trying to figure out how to solve my issues.
You know what the problem is? He probably uses
Using
Spectrum.
most of my data.
I bet you that's probably what it is.
for my
He uses
Ethernet.
Spectrum. Everyone knows Spectrum is garbage.
Is on Discord. I have
I
140
don't understand why,
gigabytes of data
because,
from
like, Spectrum
Discord
is, like,
just
super
within the
expensive.
past month.
I feel like it's more
Kind
expensive
of
than what I have.
insane. Kind of just waiting here.
Like, it sucks. Like, everyone I know that has Spectrum, like, complains about it. But like, maybe Spectrum is just the most popular brand, so it's, like, most accessible. So it's like, gotta have this, right? Everyone complains about it, though. Also, their customer service, too. You know, which I don't really blame the people, because I've worked in over the phone customer service before, and they're just,
it's literally
everyone there is doing their job, but I have heard that people have called there and been like, this ain't it. These people weren't helpful. Again, not blaming the people, just probably blaming the system that the people have to abide by. But I wonder if he's gonna. Nope, didn't message me. Yeah, so that's probably the issue. He uses Spectrum. He's got the frayed headphones. He has an entire childhood of not going outside. All the pieces are really coming together.
He's just
Yeah.
looking at stuff. It's just
Wonder how quickly he'll connect again. Yeah, I really like, honestly, bits aside, I don't know that we're gonna continue this episode. We might have to. 'Cause I don't really know what the issue is. You know, like again, jokes aside, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's Discord that's just like having a day today, or again, I'm pretty sure it's not me that's having the issue, because I'm running a lot of programs right now, as I always do, and they're all going fine. Because if it was my computer was having an issue, I feel like the other programs would like stutter, or they would have issues. It wouldn't just be Discord that would be going nuts, but it is. So I feel like it's on Ray's, not,
just
again,
a weird episode, honestly.
trying to be honest, not really trying to blame him.
It's not like connect. Like if I connect, it's gonna like.
If it is his
off,
fault,
so
then
like,
he's dead to me, and that's it. That's just it. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Maybe with the Jujutsu Kaisen reference. I'm not caught up in Jujutsu Kaisen. Watched the first episode, I think. And, I didn't really watch a lot of anime recently. I do want to get back to this current season, though, because there are some bangers coming out this season. I have watched like the first episode or two of a lot of the shows this season.
The weird inspiring events.
Been watching a lot of live action TV recently. He's back. Shut up. Hey, what's up, Ray?
What's up? I think this is it. I know what's happening on my end.
Mm-hmm.
There's no point explaining it. It is me though. It's not a you. The words you hate to hear. It's me. It's not you. It's not you. It's me. Every relationship is that. So like I think it's time you heard it from me.
Well, I'm just glad you admitted it. I'm glad that you admitted. Listen, it is fitting that we just talked about episode 5 of Place Further in the Universe, because I feel like in this scenario, and this is a, may or may not have came up during the whole disconnection thing. I feel like in this scenario, I am Mari, and you're Megumi.
So you're gonna be like, well, whispering in my ear don't mean expansion?
Well, I probably won't do that, but I feel like one of us is sabotaging the other one, and
okay,
it's pretty clear. Who's doing it. And frankly, I just don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate all these years of friendship, and for you to finally, finally just sabotage this. It's not.
I like the use of the word sabotage. It's like a plain attack. It's good. It's good. No, it's good. Yeah.
So yeah, let's try to just get rock and roll. You know what I mean?
Let's one more time.
So next we got Mobile Suit Gundam, Iron-Blooded Orphans episode 5. I thought this one was cool. We see a big, small. I wouldn't say big, small space battle, which is classic Gundam style, right?
Dude, the 3-dimensional moving, yo.
Moving in 3 dimensions. I think you kind of called it last episode about it, or you're the one that kind of pointed out the that one guy, the like adult on the kids team acting real shady, and I kind of paid off this episode where it's like, oh yeah, he kind of helped rat them out. He wasn't the only one, like the other dude that like made a deal with Orga. He was also very, very fitting for that role as well. But yeah, I mean, what he said about the whole adults, or what do you say, like adults are scary and the kids are about to learn it, or something dumb like that.
Yeah.
It's like, well, that did kind of happen this episode. Now, Orga kind of had like a contingency plan, which helped
plans within plans within plans.
Yeah, but yeah, she shows everyone right now out to get them because they got Kudelia. Yeah, very, very unfortunate. Very unfortunate timing for all this stuff.
It's definitely the most action-packed of any of the episodes we've gotten so far.
Yeah, yeah, because we kind of saw a battle like front to back, and also like the only other one would be like episode 1, I think, was when we
Maybe
first saw.
two.
Yeah, yeah, maybe 2, when we actually saw Mikazuki in the Gundam for the first time. But even then, it was definitely much smaller than this one. It was only like a few other mobile suits that he was tearing up.
Dude, the meta level of saying Gundams are always there whenever it's big stuff happening. I was like, yo.
Yeah, right. I mean, it is true. They're always present. Yeah, I did like that too with them pointing out the whole Gundam stuff, because they did like, they like got into it, the whole like Barbados or whatever, like they're trying to do their research on it, because he is a threat, and that him in that in that Gundam is a real threat to them right now, because obviously we've seen it, like they can't beat him. He's way too good in that.
Their only weakness was his thruster, right? That they saw.
Yeah.
And even then, like now he knows that's a weakness now because the way they were shooting, so he's like compensating for that with how he fights.
Right. Yeah. Which is like very funny, because he immediately saw it, right? Like as we were in the one dude's head where he was like, "Oh, the thruster! You can see it right there." As he finished uttering those words, Mikazuki started to adapt. He's like, he already recognized it, and it was crazy. So quick. I do like, another thing, we see Eugene, the like blonde kid. Are you watching the subbed or dubbed?
I'm watching this sub, so
Okay, that's great, because I'm watching it dubbed. And little fun fact for you: the dub for this character, Eugene, blonde kid, voice actor is the same voice actor, the English dub, as Eren in Attack on Titan.
Okay, that's a good dub, actually. That's pretty good.
Same person. I remember hearing his voice, and I was like, I've heard this voice before. I was like, oh, he's Attack on Titan. I liked him in this episode, because I feel like up until now he's been super against Orga and all that. But in this episode, he was like, I still don't like you, but I'm not gonna let you fail. I'm gonna participate. I don't, like, you're the leader. You gotta do leadership stuff. Like, we all have to take the reins at some point, and so he wanted to like get in it, right?
He's like, put me in the front lines, chief, but don't make me look bad.
Yeah. I will help, but I will not go into a losing situation. Yeah, I really liked him. I liked, a little bit of development for his character. That's nice. He's not just like the guy in the sidelines that's always trying to like usurp Orga, right?
Then we had the guy who left, well, the people who left on the last episode, because they essentially got their freedom, are the ones who got the big ship now.
Yeah.
And so they're sticking independent, but their independency is also tied with their independency.
Yeah, it's all connected. We have a lot riding on this, on the situation that has come up.
That's good.
And then
they lost a lot of the plating on the left arm for Barbados. Barbados. All of that is lost in space. Now they're gonna repair that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like in general they have some very skilled like technicians or whatever, but for a Gundam like that specifically, yeah.
It's like an older thing. They said it's from the Calamity War, which if you're naming stuff like that, that's got to be it's got to be older.
Yeah. Definitely at least like a few hundred years. This is what it sounds like, right? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I imagine they'll probably like scrounge up some parts, but they won't be like as good as what was already on it. It's like it's like lost tech almost. I feel like that's the direction they're going. It's like, oh, we have good stuff now, but it's very similar to how they're like very hard to get on the moon, even though we went on the moon like 100 years ago. It's like, how do we not? It's like, well, no one ever wrote anything down, and the scientists that did that were dead, so that's why now it's like we're finally getting back to the moon, right?
Like, what is it? Like, you got a slingshot stuff, so you got to wait for like the Earth's orbit, right? To hit a very certain. wherever you're like leaving from has to be kind of in the certain direction towards the moon.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously,
Yeah,
you
sure.
gotta wait
Yeah.
till that's. If you're leaving, you want to be as close to the equator as possible because there's less gravitational pull.
Yep.
And ideally, you want to slingshot yourself.
And you use less of your own fuel. Just kind of use
Yeah,
like gravity. Yeah.
yeah. So like, it depends on what they're doing for the moon. Like they can like, usually I think now if they do stuff, they try to slingshot off the moon. So they'll send it to the moon, it hits the orbit off the moon, and then it goes elsewhere.
I like speaking of the moon, I like the scene between Mikazuki and Kudelia where he's like super transfixed on the moon. I think like wasn't like his name means like crescent moon or something, isn't that what he said? Or his like family name or something. It's like, oh, do you think we'll see the moon? And she's like, I really hate to break it to you, but the moon is gone. She's like, it like got destroyed in some war or something. But she's like, hey, just a rumor. It might still exist. Which is crazy to think about because like, isn't there that like sciencey stuff that's like, oh, if the moon went away, then tides wouldn't exist or whatever, right? The moon causes tides. But it also, like I'm sure other stuff is pretty important for the moon because it orbits us and all that. But yeah, it'd be funny as if it was a new moon. It's like, oh no, the moon's gone. You just can't really see it. It's just hard to see it.
Mikazuki becomes the moon.
Oh no, he died for.
It's like Avatar all over again.
Yeah. My girlfriend turned into the moon. That's rough, buddy.
It's a good one.
Because like, what else do you say in that scenario? You know, what else?
Can't really say anything. Zuko said the best line.
Oh,
It
shucks.
was instant too. It's rough, buddy.
Oh man, I feel bad.
No thoughts. Only rough, buddy.
And then you know, like the end where that that one guy finally gets his everything that's coming to him, where they like put him in a box and ship him to the other people, and he wrote like a message.
It's like there, he's more like you than us.
Yeah. That's good, man. You know, they're getting a little feisty. You know, like
they like that, dude. They're like, oh man, these guys are these kids are good.
Yeah, they're here. You know, their friction is like becoming real. Where it's like, okay, this isn't just. They're just gonna sit back. We are gonna fight, and they they do have a goal they're trying to reach. So, yeah.
The one guy's like, I want revenge for Crank. My guy, Crank didn't want that for you.
Yeah.
Crank said, just chill.
Yeah, it's the opposite of what he wants. Yeah, no, I thought that was a good episode. Like you said, a lot of action, and I feel like them coming out of this episode, they're as free as they've been so far, and they kind of understand, like them kind of getting screwed over by, the adults or whatever, the deal not going through. I feel like they have a better understanding of how they should maneuver now, right? It's like, oh, well, we can't really do things like maybe our superiors did stuff, because of our situation. We have us having Kudelia, us also being kids, us being new. They have like a different strategy now.
Like this episode, it shows a lot of different faction stuff happening. Even if it's a little bit, you can get an idea of where we're going from here.
Mm. Yeah. I mean, where is it going to be like super easy for them to get to Earth? Do you think they're going to run into anything else before they set foot?
Like, well, what is it? Like, it's like from... It shouldn't be that bad. Because, like, Earth to Mars, there's nothing between there, right?
Right.
Other than, like, empty space for the most part.
Yeah.
It's like Mars going to Jupiter, there's, like, the asteroid belt. Is that right? Or is the asteroid belt between Earth and Mars?
No. It's between... Yeah, no. Because it separates the gas giants, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of comes before all that. So yeah, no, you're right. You got it.
Mm-hmm. So like, it's mostly empty space there. They're still gonna have like obviously piled around asteroids, but I mean like
Mm.
Like you just gotta steer.
But like,
You
do you
see it
think
coming.
they're gonna like send more people at him? Like,
The
oh,
problem is
stop.
like because they want to get to Earth, right? So
Yeah.
like there's gonna be people who are not happy on Earth, and then people who are happy on Earth to get them coming in.
Mm-hmm.
And similarly, I think they're gonna get multiple parties coming in and out once they send news to their allies, and then these guys are gonna send news to their allies as well, and we're gonna see that happen.
Right. Because isn't Cordelia's whole thing is she's trying to like have like peace between everyone? Isn't that her thing?
She's trying to get like more freedom for Martians.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the whole separation of the planets is very important. I feel like it's important in every Gundam series. It's important in the Mercury Witch series as well. It being like depends what planet you're on. Yeah, and that's big because because even this episode, the one dude like told them to go back to Mars. I was like, whoa, that's not okay. Don't say that.
Go back to Mars, you loser.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, so that's good. I'm excited then to see. I imagine though, next episodes then we'd be touching down on Earth, or at least trying to get there, and then yeah, maybe some resistance from the people there, because because I don't know that they didn't like announce themselves like, oh, we're gonna be coming to Earth, get ready to receive, right?
Spaceship inbound for Earth landing.
Right. Yeah, that's good. Next, I feel like this might be the most dense episode of this week. There's just like information and like kind of like tendrils.
The large summertime render episode.
Yeah, episode 5. A lot happened.
A lot of stuff happened.
Yeah. We see that there's a lot of shadows, right? So we kind of have a much better gauge of like their quantity on the island. One thing I really like, one like small detail that's obviously going to come back around, because if it didn't, then they wouldn't have mentioned it, is that shadows don't like, when you like step on their shadows. Yeah, so like I feel like that's like their horcrux, right? Because even the one lady like shot the shadow, and that's what made Shadow Mio disappear.
So like, let's think about it. Like, I got like nice Peter Pan here, because like shadow's
Sure.
a separate thing from Peter Pan.
Yeah.
So like, in this case, the shadow's the body, not the actual person.
Right.
When it comes to the shadow, if you're stepping on them, you're kind of stepping on, you step on shadow, you're actually stepping on them. So shooting them kills them.
Right. Yeah, it's like the like human part of them is their like puppet, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. It's a very cool idea. I like that. We see everyone dead. Piles, just an insane number of people are dead.
Just a huge pile of bodies. Like everyone on the island, basically.
Wild. We see the purple lady. She, for a brief second, I think she like saw the future. So I think she has like some sort of powers as well, which if I feel like in universe that's not crazy, because obviously we have Shinpei who can like reset, so it's like them introducing that isn't.
It's like the mother's eye.
Yeah, right.
It's like the mother of shadows' eye.
Right. Yeah, and then that's another thing too, right? Where it's like their god has now been introduced into the show, so that's a big thing too. And they did reinforce, I think that's something we talked about, where it's like, what is their goal? Like,
they want to revive the mother,
right?
Bring her back.
Because like before this, we're just thinking like, what's like why are they here?
Did they just murder to murder, or they got something going on?
Is it just a recreational murder, or?
I'm down for either in the show, honestly. I just need an answer. Just make it clear.
Right. Yeah. I like that. I feel like next episode we're gonna learn a lot more about the shadows. I feel like there's gonna be some information exchange to like get even deeper into their like psyche or their history or something like that. Because right
This is
now,
good.
yeah, go ahead.
No, I was saying like the gimmick of like the time travel jumping forward every time is super good for this series because it's
Yeah,
more time wasted.
exactly. That was also confirmed. That's something that we talked about before. Um, Very similar to Tokyo Revengers, which we've mentioned before
Mm-hmm.
too, where it's like they can only go back a set amount of time,
Mm-hmm.
and forward as well. Um, and they also did kind of get, I feel like they're slowly explaining the rules of his time travel, where he mentioned like, oh, I've traveled past that point, so now whatever happened in my previous jump is set in stone. So like, because when the show first started, he dodged Mio, and Mio biked into the ocean or whatever. But now in the most
He's
recent
wet.
timeline, yeah, he's all wet, and he's like, oh, that's because in the
He
recent
didn't
timeline,
dodge.
yeah, he just tried to stop her, so he fell in. So it's like that's like cementing his his past or whatever. Um, so that's cool. I feel like they might play with that. I mean, they have to, but then be like, okay, I have to do certain stuff every time, to make sure that they can't be altered, it can't be changed. There's no uncertainty there. Um, that's cool. And
It's also
then
not much actually. It's jumping pretty slowly. No, no, if we're looking at it,
what do you
like
mean?
he's still like he's only off the pier now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not jumping as much as you think it may be jumping.
Yeah, because it's just
It's
like,
like it's only been like minutes, like for each of them, like on the boat. Maybe like half an hour upon arriving. Maybe not half an hour after leaving the pier.
mm,
You know,
yeah.
or like maybe
That's
like 10 minutes and 10 minutes, but still, like it's like
yeah. No, I mean, I think that definitely works in his favor, right? Where it's not like huge differences at this point. You can kind of like pinpoint what's happening. It is a 3-day difference, though. He did mention that where he is right now, it's 3 days until the festival. So that's about how far I guess he's jumping back. Not a lot of time. Not a lot of time for him to figure out the entire mystery of these like mythical beings and like how to stop them and all that.
he's got his work cut out for him.
Right. And then also like every time to have to explain like what's like, hey, there's these shadow things. I mean, eventually if he's smart, he would do it like right away. That way that's locked. He doesn't have to waste time explaining that the shadow people are here and here's what happened and all that stuff. Just get right to work, you know?
I think it gets harder depending on who he's talking to. Like I think Mio, is that who it is? Is it Mio?
Mio's the sister, the
Yeah, Mio's the sister. Yeah,
younger, yeah.
it's like so Mio. I think he has to wait till after the funeral, and be like, hey, these shadow things, they're real. Can't just talk to her immediately and be like,
Well, like,
maybe you can.
I mean, I honestly feel like it's easier than you would think. Because I feel like everyone he's talked to has just immediately accepted it. Like, there wasn't a big back and forth. Like, even when he told Mio last time, there wasn't a big back and forth. She was just like, because also,
He did the recording too.
with the recording, but then also Mio was the one that said, like, in the past, at some point, she thought she saw, the, like, blonde girl, I forget her name, that died.
Hmm.
She said she like thought she saw her, and it was like, well, it's impossible. So I think that kind of helps to be like, oh, that makes sense that there's like these weird shadow things. I mean, even with his friend, so immediately accepted it too.
He's like, you're not crazy.
Yeah, he's just like, yeah, this is happening. Okay, let's help. So I mean, oddly, I feel like this show almost leans the other way, where it's like this is like they might be close, like they might be friends, family, whatever, but you are very quick to just believe what Shinpei is saying about these like
This guy
shadow
is not.
creatures.
This is not this guy.
Yeah, either ride or die with this man. And
Well,
also,
his goal again now is to find the girl. I forgot. Like, is it Hizuru?
that I think is
Hizuru?
that's the purple lady with the
Yeah.
shotgun.
So that's his goal right now. Find her immediately
Hmm. Right. Yeah.
because apparently she knows so much more to tell him
Right.
that they can't talk about because they just met.
Yeah. 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 So that's why I think that next episode is going to be a lot of like a huge information dump. Whereas this episode was more like a lot of like visually a lot of things happening. But next episode I think it's going to be a lot of like explanation and because we still don't know why she's here and like why she knows all these things. We don't know who she is really.
We know she's involved though, ever since episode 1 or whatever.
Right. Yeah, yeah. She's some like weird like Men in Black character. She's like this part of this organization that takes down aliens or whatever.
Yeah, she's working with Will Smith.
Yeah. And Tommy Lee Jones.
Yep. Full squad. Have you seen the new Men in Black?
Just like the one with was it Chris Hemsworth?
No,
And,
yeah, that one.
The other lady that plays.
Forgot her name.
Yeah, she's also in Thor. I have not. I hear it is not good. Which is kind of crazy to me because I feel like those two actors are really good and I feel like they have good chemistry.
It sounds like a fun movie to make.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like it's hard though, especially making movies like that where you're continuing a franchise that has so much history. It's like Men in Black overall, pretty well liked franchise. And then for you to come in and be like, we're the new one.
Men in Black is just, I'm gonna say it because I know it's been said already. They just redid the buddy cop, and it's okay.
Yeah,
It's okay.
that's fine.
Nothing wrong with that. It's better when you appreciate it. Men in Black is just another buddy cop, and it works. Buddy cops are good. There's a reason why there's so much buddy cops. They work.
It works, yeah, exactly. You see two people to play off each other and have some weird, wacky scenario, and then there you go. There's a movie.
Just two people, talking back and forth with each other. Weird and wacky scenarios.
Yep.
Sounds a bit familiar.
One of them constantly trying to sabotage the other one. It's very weird.
That's how it always works, though.
But, next we got Nana.
Yeah.
I thought this was a cool one. We just kind of, I feel like we're kind of wrapping up the backstory.
That backstory's done, dude. We're good.
Yeah.
We're finally done. 5 episodes. We're out of
it. We're free.
We're free. Now we get story.
But no, I do like this kind of end to that where we see her joining the band, staying in the band, and then reason why she left. Not only the band itself, but also Ren. She was super into it. She was like more infatuated by when like she first saw him performing the one day.
Her description of that is like, I don't know if it's like envy or something.
Right.
I was like, damn. I understand where she's coming from with that.
Yeah.
Like she wanted to be him on stage.
Mm-hmm. And that just kind of like manifested itself into their relationship.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny though because we do have two main characters, two Nanas, right? And they both kind of went to Tokyo for similar reasons. It
was like, we got Happy Nana is all like, I'm here for my boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm in a separate apartment and we're going to try to make it work.
I feel like they're both trying to find
Nana
their purpose.
Is like, I'm going to make it big as my own self. And when I'm big, I can have Ren again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so both.
But she needs to prove that to herself.
Right, yeah, because she was like, oh, I'm not good enough.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what the other guy was trying to like tell her, to be like, no, you're wrong. Us two together, we can kill it. We can find more bandmates, and then go crazy in Tokyo, right? But she was like, no, you don't understand. But yeah, no,
Her little breakdown with him was pretty good though. That was a nice scene in the bookstore. I quite enjoyed that.
yeah, yeah, with them just both talking, and yeah, I mean it's good to kind of get in their mindset, right? For us to know, because like you don't just move like that for no reason,
Mm-hmm.
and then to like break up the band, like that's big, right? Because that was like their whole life for a while.
What is it? So it's been a year already since they've seen each other.
Yeah.
Or is it a year or a year and 9 months or almost 2 years? Is it a year or 2 years?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a year and 9 months. That's what
Okay,
she
so it's
said,
like
right?
2 years,
Yeah.
and then it's been 2 years since they've seen each other because she said, "I'm like in 3 months I'm gonna get that ticket and go to Tokyo or whatever."
Hmm.
So it's been 2 years. She's already moved. That's big. A lot can happen in 2 months or 2 years.
That's true. Yeah. And now, like we said, believe we're out of the flashbacks. We're gonna get some current story now, and so for her to, this is where she is 2 years, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
she's here. She's in an apartment with the other Nana. I'm curious to see how their dynamic is gonna play. Especially with them both having their own like stuff, their own lives that they're trying to kind of pick up. Because I feel like both of them can give each other some nice perspective on their own situations. Because even like the blonde Nana, she's blonde, right? She moving to Tokyo for her boyfriend, and then it's like that's like a big, it's like a very big thing.
They're gonna do she's gonna do what, art school, or she's also like
Art school, yeah, which is also something she doesn't like.
mm-hmm.
Like she originally did that to get close to her friend, right? That's the reason they start. I mean, that's the whole reason why she met her boyfriend now, right? Like that's, we learned that. So yeah, her just like constantly chasing stuff, and then almost for the other Nana to be same but opposite, where she's chasing something by running away from other stuff,
Mm-hmm.
trying to regroup, get better. So yeah, I'm very excited to see them kind of play off each other, and them just kind of teach each other what they actually want with their lives. Because right now, both of them, I feel like still a mess. They still have no idea what they want. They've just been doing one thing for so long that's just kind of what they settled into.
They're both grounded in the thing the other one kind of needs.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Even with never mind. Because it's like it wasn't even the Nana this episode. Wasn't she talking about like starting a family or
Yeah,
something?
that's what Ren wanted, right? He wants a family,
Yeah.
and she's like, "I'm not ready for that."
Right. Okay.
What can happen in 2 years?
That's true. That's very
I
true.
wouldn't be surprised if Ren has a family. 2 years.
That's
He's
true
like
too.
too late.
Yeah, he's like tapping his watch. Like, oh, you should have got here earlier.
It's like if Ren has a kid, she's gonna be broken. But that's like she signed up for that.
That's true. I mean, we haven't we haven't seen a lot of current day stuff, but I wonder if they've been in contact at all during this
Probably
whole
not.
time.
She seems like the one that goes. They seem like there's some mutual ghosting.
Yeah.
But everyone's like, we'll just go our separate ways.
Because I mean, that's originally why the band broke up, right? Because a couple of the members had other stuff that they were chasing, and they were like, this music stuff, there's no guarantee. Yeah. Tough.
So like with the other Nana, we're probably gonna try to see her friends and see like what they're doing.
Oh, the friend? Oh, the two friends, I
Yeah.
guess? Yeah.
Yeah. Because like she just moved up, she just got the apartment.
Right, yeah. I think that would be nice. I think we can even set it up as like her like inviting the friends over. It's like, oh, I just got this place. You should come over.
It
Hang
opens
out.
up your circle a bit. We
Yeah.
have a good cast of characters to play around with. It's good.
Yeah, no, I agree. Good stuff.
Mhm.
A lot of possibilities, especially with like, yeah, like even bringing in the other two friends. Like they've been in art school. Wonder how they've been doing. Other friends they may have made. And also again giving them perspective, because like we don't know. Like I imagine like these friends have actually kept in contact, because they seem like
Mhm.
the friends to want to like go back and forth, because they very much care about each other.
Mhm.
But even then, it's like, oh, I'm here now, right? I just feel like that's so crazy for her to like go to a school for something that she's not even really into.
I don't
Which is
like this.
insane, wild. But yeah,
She did pass the exam though, right? That's the one reason they moved down. She like made sure she did everything. She passed the test to do all this
right.
stuff.
Yeah, yeah, because I think that happened originally, right? Like when she was
Mhm.
first applying, she got denied by everybody.
Yeah,
Um,
so you had to get the tests and pass those to go to the school.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, she's fine now. I guess they studied and everything. Yeah, it's all good.
It's such a big decision, though. It's like
It's a big.
move, going to school, like it's huge. But yeah, excited for next episode. We get some current stuff, I hope, and kind of moving on. I feel like 5 episodes is good. You know, it's kind of good for getting what we got up until this point.
We got a good amount.
Um,
Yo, maybe we can bring back the old salary man. He can come back.
who's that? What do you mean?
Her ex.
The one that she was like, tell your wife.
Yeah,
um, yeah,
he
maybe.
could come back because I guess he's also in Tokyo. So like whatever.
Right, yeah. And after all this, well, when were
He's
we?
more like it's more like it's made up now. You know.
Right.
Mhm.
He's like, yeah, I told my wife.
He
She
could give
left
a
me.
different perspective.
That's true. Yeah. I bet that could also bring up some conflict, though. To be like, man,
It could.
we need. Because like, she really needs him out of her life. Um, because like, he was the one that she would always think of, and it's like, this is not a good relationship. It's not a healthy relationship that you have with this man.
I'm glad she realized that after their second conversation, where it's like, yeah, no, it's better now.
Right. Yeah. This is bad.
Like they both were telling each other what like they didn't like about each other.
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
Yeah. You gotta be honest sometimes, you know?
She's like, I don't like the way you make me seem inferior, and he's like, I don't like the way you seem so weak.
Mm. I was just going too far.
Yeah,
You hit a soft spot.
they should just threw hands, honestly.
Right, yeah.
What
Just
you
fight
say
in the
about me?
street. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This is not.
What's up?
Think that existed then? What was it? What year is it? 2006?
Probably the birth of Monster.
Mm-hmm. And they still have like MySpace right now.
Could put onto YouTube and get like about 10,000 views. You're like, I'm famous.
This is it. The whole world. It's at 10,000. Basically, all of
Dude, I'm
America.
just saying, like back in 2008, 2009, Asian YouTube was king, and I was watching way too much of it.
Oh, yeah? Like what?
Like, there was like Asian boy wants to eat rice. Um, I forgot the one who had like the Asian dad stuff every time. I forgot his name. I watched him a lot.
Okay.
Then it was like I think it was Kevin or something like that. His
Sure.
name. There was Nigahiga. He was doing stuff. Oh, Asian YouTube was big, and now they're all chilling.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting to see where a lot of those like legacy YouTubers are nowadays.
Mhm.
You know, because a lot of them still make content. It's just different,
They're just
right?
on Twitch and they're chilling.
Yeah, yeah.
But I just want to play like Valorant or Overwatch.
Just chilling off their legacy. Yeah.
They're like, I've already made money.
I was on YouTube before you could make money.
It's nice though.
Yeah. Next, we have the Rakugo show.
This is the Rakugo episode to beat all the other Rakugo episodes.
How'd you feel about this one, Ray?
This is a good episode.
Yeah.
It's a great episode. This is the turning point for him. This is where he feels good.
That's where he gets his confidence.
This is where he understands he can control the stage. It's like the pseudo psyop from him, Sukeroku whispering in his ear and being like, yo, he's like, you know they're gonna stare at you the entire time, right? He's like, what? That's gonna make me more nervous. Then he's like, oh wait. He's like, I'm controlling the audience.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right, where it's like, no, you, like... Yeah, because up until this point, I feel like he's very much misinterpreted his relationship with the audience. It's like, oh, they're all judging me. They all think they're better. Like, they know I'm bad. They're waiting for me to fail or whatever. And it's like, no. They're here for you. Through your performance, you can... You know, exactly what you said, right? Like, you can put him in the palm of his hand. It's like... You want them to be on the edge of their seat, and you have the power to do that. But almost to this point, he never felt that way. I mean, especially compared to Shin, right? Where he looks at Shin and it's like, how do you do that? And it's like, it's easy. I don't even practice, and I can do this. Imagine if you had a shred of my confidence. It'd be way better than me. But he hasn't up until this point.
So this is the real. The switch just got turned on. He flicked the switch. It's like neurons activating.
The brain blast.
Pieces are coming together. Got a blast. His girlfriend is so nice.
Very nice. Very much there for him.
She basically strong-armed him into coming to her house.
Yeah.
Or to her room. She's like, yeah, you're not getting away from this one.
Yeah. But in a way, she's doing something very similar as to what Shin is doing, where like she's trying to give him confidence and be like, no, like you are good, you know, like you know what you're doing. You are a person. You know what I mean?
It's like, what is it? In this episode, we can see that she sees him for a friend.
Mm-hmm.
Like she doesn't like he like obviously he's like I don't want anything to do with women. Right. Well, not really. He's like I'm just here to be here, you know.
Right.
It's like I'm here because my master said hang out with women. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not sure how he'd feel about me hanging out with his mistress.
Yeah, very strange. It's like, hey, well, you said you said to hang out with them. It's like, no, not. This is not what I meant.
But then, like, she's like, he's just here to talk, though. He's not here to, like, we don't have any sexual relations at this point in time. She keeps trying, though. She really tries. He's like, okay. And he's like, nah, we don't do that around here. Virginity is cool.
I never lose. I always win.
I wear a helmet.
I must protect myself.
This helmet is to protect me from anyone taking my virginity.
That's what it was made for.
He's got it on control. He's know what he wants. And she respects that. She explains it to like her, the head of Oran or whatever. She's like, yeah, he's not here for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is an interesting relationship that they have.
I don't know if she's the other old lady in the beginning. I don't know. It's too hard.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Which I think will get revealed obviously as the show goes on, right? And we start to see characters connect and they'll be like, oh, this is them now. Like it all kind of makes sense, I imagine, at the end. Do you think, because, okay, so this is very weird because the show is being told through the lens of one of the characters in the show, right? So like, we talked at length about like possibility of a unreliable narrator, just, someone who exaggerates certain things or whatever. Do you think that we'll ever see a moment where like Shin is jealous of Bon, where like Bon gets this, because like Bon just cashed in, or is about to cash in a ton of skill points, right? Like his skill tree about to be crazy. So like,
it may be next episode or the one after that where we're gonna see like the rivalry start for real.
Yeah, at this point it's been kind of like we're brothers trying to help each other out. But for Shin, I could see, I'm not saying this will happen because I don't know if this is the type of character Shin is, the type of person Shin is, but you could see a character like that this whole time, him knowing he's better than Bon because he's just performed better up until this point. But now Bon, again, cashing in these skill points, we see his performances start to go crazy and him get jealous and be like, well, hold on now.
This could also be the switch he needs to start leveling his game too. Because he's not trying.
Right, yeah, it's hard to put in some work. Just kind of wing everything. Yeah, no, that'd be cool. Competition is great. I mean, as long as it's healthy and it's not them actually turning on each other.
A bit of the prestige going on.
Yeah. Same but different. Because the prestige ended in a way that I don't wish that upon Shin and Bon.
At least from the way they explained it here, it's without seeing anything right now, they said it was an accident how it all happened.
Sure. Yeah, no, I don't think murder happens.
The only thing we hear is that she said the one girl said you killed him. We don't know if that's true or not. Maybe it is.
I don't think
maybe it's
like,
also indirectly killing.
Yeah, right. I don't think it's directly. I don't think it's like you literally killed him. I think it's just like she was like, oh, because of what you did or because of what you got him into or whatever, right?
Obviously, she has to be born for that to happen. We know the death flag starts coming when she's born.
Right, yeah. It's like, now the timer starts.
Because like she has to have some relationship with her father beforehand.
Right.
There has to be some relationship with a line where she likes what he does and looks up to him. Right. Anywhere from the ages 3+ going on.
So as soon as your third birthday, we start
the
checking
death
every
flag
corner.
Start raising.
Yeah.
There needs to be a line where you have to be like, yeah, I like what he's doing. Even if you don't fully understand at that age, you kind of have a base understanding, You're like, this is nice. I like when he does this,
Definitely.
Like, if he died when you were younger, it's going to affect you less. You're still going to have, like, a feeling about it, But it's not going to be as strong as an attachment.
Right, yeah, because obviously not only the longer you're alive, the longer you have, like, time for a connection, but, like a 3-year-old doesn't quite comprehend, like feelings as much as like a 10-year-old does, for example. That's also the interesting thing about a story being like a prequel. It's like, oh, we kind of know certain things have to happen, and you would hope that like the writers know that we know that, so they can play into the story that way.
So I know there's a season 2, and from what Rashawn said, season 2 is going to cover everything that we want to see.
There's a second season of this?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So like, maybe according to Rashawn, he said like season 1 covers the backstory for the most part.
Gotcha.
He said season 2 is going to start like really like going into more of the Rakugo stuff, but in the present.
That's cool. Nice.
So I don't know, based on what he said, if we're only going to get, if the flashback's going to be ending soonish, and we still have some to show to go, or if the flashback's literally all of season 1.
Mm. I wouldn't really mind it. I mean, story's cool, you know?
It's good. I don't mind either. It's wonderful how they do it.
Especially with this one, you know, like we talked about the whole time, where it's like, okay, Bond is in it now. I want to see him level up super fast, which seems like he's going to, and then I want to see how that affects Shin. So, yeah.
There's a reason for starting the story that way, right? Like starting it out when they're young and growing up. Like he's painting images like, we're not starting with my past. We're starting when we meet each other.
Right. Yeah, because that's the story.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a Bond story. It's a both of us story.
So he starts it there. They meet each other. He does include a little bit of his past. He's like, I was injured. My leg hurt. He's like, and then my parent, like my family died, and my aunt gave me Huey here. It's like he brushes over it real quick, and he's like, yeah. So like we're both here, and this is it. It's good though. No, it's nice. It's their story, and he's showing how their lives are, they're intertwined.
Mm-hmm.
Either by choice or no choice at all.
Right.
They stayed together. And again, as I pointed out, I think I point out every week now. It's like he has a clear respect for him, based on the two things that he said. The two outlines. One, he thinks his Rakugo cannot match the same thing as he was able to, because they're both different styles of Rakugo. But he also thinks he's that great of a performer. And two, he regrets the wish of him not being able to be fulfilled on that stage, saying that he would have got the crowd crazy.
Right, yeah, very much high praise. I always see proof of that, right? Which I imagine we will get to. It might even be how this season ends. Is like, I want to see a moment in an actual performance, which like locks that in as like why his perception of Shin is so high. Because like right now it's like, oh, you get it. He's clearly better.
It's
than
good,
me.
right? But like they're just like kind of, they're not even masters yet. You know what I mean? They're just kind of chilling.
Right. Yeah. I mean, they're still apprentice. Well, I mean, I guess not, because they're out from under their master now, right? They don't do that, but still, I mean, it's like, I don't know. It's like
they haven't honed their craft to be a master yet.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's like they're like fresh out of college, right? It's like, well, you're not masters, but you did graduate, so you know stuff, but you're still like a novice, right? You don't know nothing.
So you know enough to get by, so hone your skills.
Yeah. But like, you ain't like
check in with master every now and then, and we'll be good.
Trade in those tickets, right?
You got 300 tickets from the big wheel.
Oof. 300, not a lot.
It looks like a lot, and then you realize how much tickets you got to hold for that PS5, and then you're like,
right, yeah. 300 means you're still in the glass case on the bottom. You're not even on the wall yet, with only 300 tickets.
Maybe a little about my game. I forgot how much tickets this was. I'm bringing it again into frame. I forget how much this was.
5,000.
I forget, dude. I like it. It just sits there. I don't use it much. But to be fair, it's my Among Us. My Among Us. Respect.
Lastly, we got Megalo Box, Nomad, episode 5.
I'm not mad. Are you mad?
If anyone laughed at what Ray just said, you've chosen your side. That's all I'm gonna say.
You're not gonna ask how long I cooked that one up.
You've been brewing that one for a while. You put that in the slow cooker. It's been about 12 hours. Really marinating on that one.
That's a good one.
Um,
The juiciest Nomad episode.
yeah, because I mean, this was another one. I feel
It
like
gives you what you wanted.
that's a big theme. I mean, obviously it's used in storytelling a lot, but I feel like it's a big theme with our shows where we get a lot of flashbacks. Flashback usage very high.
Big flashback usage. Season of flashbacks.
Yeah, we do finally see, in present time, we do see Sacho, which is cool. We see that he's not dead. He still very much holds a grudge.
It's little things in this like episode that like. It's like when Sacho's beating up Joe when he first shows up. Joe's like throwing hands. He only stops once he sees it's Sacho and then lets every single hit. Like he just tanks it. Mm-hmm. He doesn't fight back.
Yep. And like, he just lets him hit him multiple times. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like, it's like I deserve this. I know I was wrong. Sacho needs this. Needs for this to happen.
Basically said, if it was anyone I did not know, they would take my hands.
Yeah.
Because he was winning that.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Only when he saw Sacho's face, he stopped it. And he's like, okay, maybe I'll get hit.
Yeah, right. I'll allow it. But yeah, I feel like most of the episode is definitely flashbacks, right? We see that Pops, he was dying, and classic person who's dying doesn't want, like, they want the family to be there, but they also don't want the family to see them like that. So, he kind of pushes people away. We finally see why Sacho blames Joe for his death. He feels that this isn't what he wanted, and for him to kind of put himself in the ring again, he doesn't feel like Joe's doing that for him. He's doing it to run away, to like not be by Pops as he's dying, to kind of like forget about it, to not confront it, and I guess that really hurts him.
They're both right. He did ask for permission, but like to him, it's like it's both sides of the coin, dude. Yeah. This episode was deep for me. Mm-hmm. Watched it, felt my feelings come up.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely tough for Joe, right? Because, I see what Sacho's saying, and I do think he's right to a degree. Because, you imagine what would Joe do in any situation that he didn't want to face. He'd probably just go in the gym and practice boxing, right? Practice that, take his mind off it, take some more matches, that way he doesn't have to think about it. I mean, we see that is true because in current day, what did we find Joe doing in episode 1?
NOMAD. That's what NOMAD is. NOMAD just literally went around doing death matches. Well, not death matches, but underground matches. Brutally beats his opponents, and then walks out.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's like
break their bones, break their gear.
just destroys their souls.
That's what he did. I mean, it's not sugarcoated. Mm-hmm. Chief's match was fixed. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, we do see that's true, but there's a chance that if you did make money, you could offer better treatment. But we also didn't. I mean, we even heard the doctor say,
It's pretty much terminal.
Yeah, like pretty low chance that we'll be able to separate the whatever, the node or whatever from his body. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean. He clearly just couldn't accept it.
It's the running away with Joe, but it's that hope. He's grasping to it. He's like if they can actually treat him and get rid of it, he's dreaming for that 1% chance, that miracle. He said it though. He said he wants that miracle. He makes miracles happen.
Right.
So him is not really running. It's him fight. The way he sees himself fighting for another chance. It is running too, though. He doesn't want to see him like that.
Do we know if he do we know, did he actually take the match?
We don't know.
We don't know yet, right? We didn't get there. Okay. Didn't? Nah, never mind. We'll see.
But he's gone 5 years though, right? 5 years.
Yeah. I mean, this is way past it, right? Yeah. I wonder if
Sachio sucks, dude.
Oh yeah, at boxing. Yeah, he was bad.
Yeah. Man watched Joe box for like his entire career and decides I will do none of what I saw.
Saying, all right, we're just gonna throw that over here.
Oh.
Do you think they get to the point where Joe is training Sancho?
I don't know. That would be the easy instinctual answer. Would be they make up.
Do you think they have to make up?
I don't think they have to make up. I think it could come to the point where like Sancho kind of forgives him.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that he still has friction. It could come to that, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
All I know is that Joe's next plan is refurbish the gym.
Or just like make it a gym again. Right, because like that's that place that he was like sleeping, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like all destroyed.
Literally him clawing out the what's it, the gym sign.
Mm-hmm.
Clawing it out from under the dirt. I was trying to figure out why it was buried underneath. It's because of the tsunami, so like, it just takes everything and just covers it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that as the direction for even like the rest of the show. Is for him like getting the gym back, trying to get back into that world and like have a purpose again. And then even that maybe being the bridge to connecting with Sancho again.
Like, I mean, like from what we know, he's done boxing.
Right.
He doesn't want to go back into the ring. At least like professionally.
Yeah.
I should state. Like he's like, this is gonna be the last professional match. He's like, he just wants to like have the gym and run it. That was the OG plan, you know. He's like, I'm just gonna train people to box. Maybe it would be nice to see him do that.
Yeah.
See him accomplish that.
Again, just like having a purpose, I feel like it's good for Joe because when he doesn't, that's when he spirals.
He can't spiral now though. He's already made that commitment. The two dead people.
Just bodies.
Everyone I help dies.
It's like, Sancho, before you accept my help, there's something I need to tell you. It may not work out for you.
Man's gonna have that crow complex.
Right, yeah. Everyone around me dies. But yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a thing for Ruby. I forgot. Because like, from what I understand for Ruby, the last season took place not on the Mistral, right? Not on Mistral. Is that where this is?
Yeah, it was like some like dream world
like
or something.
Alternate dimension or whatever.
Yeah.
So like when they come back, how much time will pass?
Centuries.
Or like how will they go back in time? Where's the correlation here? I need to know.
Yeah,
That's because even though I haven't seen the last season, obviously I know they make it out. I've seen the memes. I've seen the John posting.
I mean, the new season hasn't been greenlit yet, so maybe we'll never get an answer.
Maybe Ruby's done. Maybe that's the end of it.
You know what?
In a weird way, quit at the peak.
You know what? Good riddance, you know? The show was bad.
Wasn't this season the Crunchy exclusive season?
Yeah.
They didn't even have it on the site. They just had it on Crunchy.
Yeah.
Those
Which
are decisions to make.
made people very upset.
Those are choices.
But yeah, that's all the anime, right?
Excited for next season. That's next season, next episodes.
Next season, oh man.
Next season.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, I think that, again, we're here, right? Like, I feel like with all the episodes, I feel like the only one is maybe Nana, but that's because that's a much longer story. But I feel like with all the other ones, we're like, we are in it. We've hit like turning points. We're starting to hit like that spot in the show where a lot of stuff starts paying off, right? So yeah.
Nana gets a lot of pros for it being a longer show. It can take its time to do whatever it wants.
Right, yeah. Because, I mean, it's, like 4 times longer than a regular season of like 12 episodes?
Yeah.
So, it kind of gets a little more, a little more leniency. But even with that, we kind of talked about where it's like, next episode hopefully is current time and we start getting some good stuff there.
No, we're going to see the boyfriend backstory.
Oh, no. I like the idea of Nana just like trolling us, where it's like we just like every arc is just
Dude,
a character's
it's the salary
backstory.
man. We get to see his wife.
We don't need this, Ray.
His wife's also named Nana.
Oh no. We see the backstory of like the one realtor who got brushed off.
Yeah.
It's like, why? And like we're just sitting here like,
He's just sitting in
why?
a bar drinking alone. He's upset that the 2 girls yelled at him. He's like, why do people yell at me when I'm trying to do my job?
It's just like the saddest 22 minutes you've ever watched.
Just him drinking, complaining to the bartender, whose name is also Nana.
Oh no. The idea of the show turning into a horror show where like one character just keeps meeting Nanas and it's like, this isn't even a common name. How is this possible?
How much Nanas are there?
Starts freaking
Patrick
out.
saying it, and then under the rock is just like every Nana.
He starts like going crazy. He goes home and finds his birth certificate and his name has been changed to Nana. It's like, how? What?
It would have been funny if the kanji was just the same or whatever, but then like Nana's in the kanji.
Oh,
You like
no.
alter it like in one weird way.
Mm-hmm. But if you flip it, then this is the name.
Read it like this. Write it like this. You can see Nana. Oh no. I don't know if that's real or not though. I don't actually know Japanese like that. So
I don't know anything, so
I'm sorry. So what's the name for this episode? Is it like you die, or is it gonna be like technical difficulties the episode, or what's gonna?
I don't know.
You laugh, you lose.
That's a real.
Well, that was more for the NOMAD joke.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, we'll see. See what happens. But no, man. I think that's the episode.
Dang. What do you say this is side or whatever else we put that? I don't know. You word that. What is that? Low tide or high tide? There we go.
Oh yeah, low tide. I think yeah.
This is a low tide episode.
This was, like when the tsunami happens, but like before it happens, all the water retreats.
So like that's what happened this episode. We're like in the retreating of the water.
There's no tide. The tide doesn't exist.
Oh.
It's just rocks and sand.
And then like when the tsunami hits though, it like takes out the gym with it and like
Oh no.
forces people to find livelihoods and new places of life.
It turns out Gensaku did not die in the hospital. He got discharged that day and he decided to visit the gym right as the tsunami hit.
And that's why Sanchio's upset. See, Sanchio knows if Joe was there, he would have been at the gym and he would have saved his life.
He would have
Pops wouldn't have died.
He would have challenged the Tsunami to a sanctioned match, and he would have boxed the Tsunami and won.
Dude, the Tsunami has like one of the best gear, dude. Have you seen it?
That's what we call an underdog story.
Well, I thought it was an underwater story.
So next week, I'm gonna watch episode 6. Episode 6 of all the shows. Hopefully the Tsunami hits, you know, and it kills me.
No, Mitaku.
Oh no. Episode 6 of all the shows. Have a good time.
Just imagine Tyler here cooking up his, like, what character do you associate the most with in all these shows? Gansaku, because I'm just waiting to die.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. Okay. Yeah, Ray. Try to think of a better character, but yeah, I can't think of one.
Look through the list. Any character I associate with put on this list? I don't know, man. Biscuit's kind of cool. He's been the solid rock.
Sure.
The right-hand man that I hope to one day be to this podcast.
The guy in the chair.
No, not the guy in the chair. That's Orga. I'd be the guys in the chair. Guys in the chair.
Ah, I see. Okay. Smaller chair.
It's a smaller chair, but next to the guy in the chair.
Gotcha.
Because Orga is really just the guy in the chair for Mikazuki. I mean, let's not lie. But Orga is also like the big guy in the chair, and Mikazuki's also the smaller guy in the chair. Everyone's really in chairs in Gundam. So, I mean, like, if you're in one of the mobile suits, that's just a chair.
If you think about it. If you were to, like... if you just sit on the ground, isn't Earth your chair?
Pretty much. Just like pants. Pants are just your chair, except you're just always wearing them.
What if you're not wearing pants?
I guess you're not wearing a chair.
You're chairless.
I'm walking around chairless.
What are you, a freak? Where's your chair?
Saying that to some businesswoman who's wearing a skirt. Where's your chair, woman?
The dude just like was like booing, like, boo. Where's your chair? And she's like, I don't know what is happening.
It's like, it's not formal dress wear. It's not business casual. Where's your chair?
Like go to a really fancy party and it's like black tie chair. So what?
Everyone must wear chair.
I don't understand how to interpret this. So anyway, that's the episode.
So that's that.
Watch more anime. Episode 6s, all that good stuff. Rayman.
Or don't. Maybe you want to be surprised.
Maybe you want to
hear
watch.
our reactions.
Maybe you want to go rogue and watch episode 7. That's fine. Just know that if you don't watch episode 6,
we're not talking about that yet.
Yeah. Ray, thank you for joining me today and almost sabotage. You mostly said, listen, Ray got caught and it's fine. he knows what he did.
The bit this episode is just, you know, me like purposely hitting my internet with like a hammer.
Oh, you'll know.
Just
I talked about it at length during the 2 later disconnects. Talked about it at length.
I want to listen to this episode just so I can hear the 2 discussions that we're openly having with just ourselves.
Yeah, that's good.
And hear them overlap, and also just like there's a brief moment where I'm quiet because I'm just trying to like wait for the internet to work, and I'm just letting it do its thing.
It'll be good. It'll be terrible, but also great.
A dissonance of, I don't know, man. There's words to make that work.
Of terror, yeah. Isn't that an anime?
Terror and dissonance?
Terror of dissonance, something like that?
Yeah, they don't look like they're terrorists.
Yeah, 10 out of 10. I love terrorists.
Well, I mean, they were like, they definitely were doing some weird attack. They definitely were like, yeah, we got this place scoped out. All right, let's go. But Terra and Resonance is not it.
You got it.
Same episode. No, we weren't resonating. This was dissonance. This was like we were against each other.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
I was the dark side of the Oreo, and you were the light side of the Oreo. Or were you the dark side of the Oreo, and I was the light side of the Oreo? I don't know how we want to put that.
Well, they're not really two sides. More like an inside and outside. You know what I mean?
Okay, well, I'll be the one half of the black and white cookie, and you can be the other half of the black and white cookie. I call the cookie. You can be the frosting.
Okay. I'm the best part, so I feel like you really set yourself up there for failure.
Oh. Like, I'm talking about the black and white half and half cookies. Is that what we're talking about now?
No, it is not.
Nope. It's just the Oreo bag, the regular Oreo.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Okay. Because I know they got the half. Do you know what I'm talking about? The half and half cookies? They're just like literally like white chocolate on one side. They got the chocolate on the other end. Like,
I don't know what you're talking about. I feel like you're trying to gaslight me, and it's not going to work.
Trust me, I'm not a professional gaslighter. I don't know how that works. But, like, it's like a cookie. That like half, like, white chocolate. The other half is just, like, it's either dark chocolate or milk chocolate or whatever type of flavor they want, like black raspberry. But it's like, you know, it's a black and white cookie, but it's just a cookie and it's coated in frosting for both. So it's like,
I'm getting real sick of you, Ray. All right, I'm getting tired of just.
Why is it always Oreo though? Why can't it be like Milano, like the Milano cookie? The Milano is the same thing as Oreo, except it's like two long obloid shapes of cookie with then the chocolate filling on the inside. That's way more delicious than Oreos. Maybe I'm Milano pill. Maybe it's just not the same. Pepperidge Farm remembers, okay? It's good.
I don't know what I'm supposed to say. I don't know how to jump in.
This is cookie discussion time. I don't know what to say.
I don't have strong feelings.
I brought up 3 different cookies. Which example's the best one to give?
I don't like this. This is getting cut.
I can bring up another cookie.
This is getting cut. I don't know why. I don't know why we're still talking about this.
But look, there's like the cookie conundrum. Which cookie fits the situation the best?
I'm really hoping for another disconnect right now, just so we can. I hate everything that's happening right now. All right, that's the end. That's the end. I'm ending.